Hello everyone, Captain Breerson here. Welcome back to another flight simulator video where today we're just coming in to start our final approach into Grand Carnia Airport, as I would just go offline there for a minute. And today I'm flying a new airplane here in Flight Simulator. I mean, this payware aircraft's been out for a while now, but the airplane I'm flying is the Quality Wings Boeing 787, and as you can see, the plane is already starting to make a left turn towards the top of the descent point, where we will then begin our descent into Grand Carnia Airport. I'll even talk a little bit about the airplane as we descend into Grand Carnia Airport. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump straight into the cockpit. So my first impressions of this airplane is that the cockpit of this aircraft is very nicely detailed. You know, even with the way, especially with one unique feature, is that the flight management computers are touch screen. On the 777 to 737, they're just normal standard buttons, but on the 787, it's all touch screen there on the flight management computers. Even here, you get to switch between menus using the little touch screen there area, which is a pretty nice feature there, if you ask me. But anyway, those of you who know Quality Wings may know them from aircraft such as the Quality Wings 757, as well as the BAE 146. But for those of you who know, for those of you who watch my previous videos, the Quality Wing 757 was my first payware aircraft. However, though, as time went on, after playing with aircraft such as the PMDG 737 and the Aerosoft A320, the 757 by Quality Wings just wasn't as good as I first tried it out anymore. But after discovering the Quality Wing 787, it's a huge, massive step up compared to Quality Wings' last few aircraft. Well, it's a step up from the 757. You know, it's got more, it's more detail in the aircraft than there was in the 757. While yes, it's not at PMDG's level of quality, it's still very good, in my opinion. So we're just coming up towards our top of the descent, where we will be descending down to 3,000 feet, and then after we reach GDV, it'll be down to 230 feet, where we will intercept the localizer. And this is my first time coming into Grand Carnia, so it will give me an opportunity to try out the automatic landing system in the Quality Wing 787. I flew this aircraft manually as well, which is a very nice airplane to fly manually too. So here we go. We're going to go down to 3,000 feet. We have that set into the MCP. So that way, when we reach our top of the descent, when it gets into the 20 nautical mile range, that's when we will begin the descent. So I'll just go to my checklist here. That's the after takeoff checklist. The descent checklist: recall checked, notes checked, auto brake set that to 1, landing data check, approach briefing complete. There we are, checklist complete. So when we begin our descent into Grand Carnia, we would have the checklist complete. still outside the 20 nautical mile range. But looking outside the aircraft, you know, it's very nicely detailed on the 787. You know, it's the tiny little details on this aircraft included that makes this airplane so special, or that makes payware aircraft like this one so special. Look at the detail on this aircraft, on the Boeing 787. Nicely done by Quality Wings. Okay, there's the top of the descent coming in now, so I say now would be a good time to descend down to 3,000 feet and turn on the seatbelt sign as well. So I should now brief into the passengers. Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. We're now beginning our descent into Grand Carnia Airport. So please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelts because we'll be on the ground in about 40 minutes time. Thank you. Alright, passengers are briefed in. And now we will let this aircraft descend down to 3,000 feet. Where after we reach GDV, it'll be down to 230 feet, where the aircraft will be able to intercept the localizer for an automatic landing. But yeah, I don't want to use the automatic landing too much, but I'll use it for if it's my first time going to an airspace. If I'm going into a brand new airspace for the first time to me, and I don't know the airspace, then I could use the automatic landing to get an idea what the airspace is like, so that way the next time I come back to this airport I will know how to navigate around it. It looks like the center tank is now empty, so I can go ahead and turn off the center tanks and get the fuel balance on. Now, fuel balance is complete. Even this aircraft even also comes with a HGS, just like back in the Boeing 737. The HGS will be used to see where the localizer is and get an idea how far from the localizer we are while using the HGS. But there is one or two cons I would like to give this aircraft, is that when I'm controlling the flaps, I have to push the lever up instead of doing how you normally control the flaps by pulling the lever down. Basically, I think it's would inverted be the right word to use? I'm not too sure. That would be the only con I would give. But other than that, though, the rest of the aircraft is pretty awesome. You know, it's very decent to fly. It's very smooth, and the interior is very welcoming as well. So what more could I complain about, really? Now we're passing 18,000 feet. So I'm gonna go get a 1017 is the Q and H. Also, another con is that the barometric knob here is it's very it's very tedious, or it's very slow to try and set the barometric knob correctly. So I found it a bit easier to just press the B key. I know I tend to avoid doing that, but in this case, since the barometric knob is very slow to turn, I just thought I would just press the B key instead. You know, use the little shortcut to it. Yeah, we're very close to the island. I think now will be a good time to probably start to descend down to 3,000 feet early. Or we could descend down to 250. We'll see how close we are first, and then we'll descend down. See if we descend down to 250, or is it 230? Oh, it's 230. Sorry. And we'll set the speed to 210 knots. At that point, we can also add a bit of speed brakes to that. Maybe add full speed brakes. So that way it will help the descent more quicker while we're slowing down. While we're killing some speed is pretty much. Now flaps 1. Or flaps 5 I meant, excuse me. Do the approach checklist. Altimeter set. Checklist complete. And our landing speed is 139 knots. We'll use vertical speed, going down to 3,000 feet. I think now we can descend a little bit slower again. 180 knots. So that way it should give us time to slow down more quickly. Alright, flaps 25. Flaps 15. Flaps 20. And our landing and our flap setting is flaps 25 for landing at 139 knots. Flaps 25. And now we're approaching 10,000 feet, so landing lights can come on, as well as the runway turnoff lights and the taxi lights.
Approach checklist.
We've done the approach checklist already, so I'm ahead of you on that, co-pilot. Knots, 170. Slow down to about 175. Maybe slow down the vertical descent a bit. I even got some scenery installed for Grand Carnia. I mean, I checked out the airport itself, but I haven't got a good idea what the terrain is like for definite. But I have some freeware scenery installed for Grand Carnia, which looks good if you ask me. Wow, nice view of the harbor down there. See if we can fly in closer, or no, see if we can fly above the harbor, and I'll try to snap a photo there. Yeah, for freeware scenery, this is not bad. If any of you guys want a link to the freeware scenery, I will leave the link in the comment section for you. Just all you have to do is just comment down in the video as to comment. If you want the link, just comment on my video saying that you would like the link to the freeware scenery, and I'll post in the comment section for you. Oh yeah, we're flying well above the harbour now. Want to get a little closer so that way we can... Actually, yeah, here would be a good photo. There we go. Nice screenshot. Now, I think it'd be a good time to... down to 139 knots. And then once we make the left turn, I will get the airplane to descend down to 230 feet. Actually, we'll slow down to 150 for now. Also, that's another thing about the aircraft. It's very tough on FPS. I'm trying to find a way on how I can make the aircraft go a little bit easier on the FPS. I mean, it's more tougher on the frames than the PMDG and the Airsoft aircraft are. So that's two cons, the flaps and the FPS on this aircraft. But in general though, this aircraft is a very, very nice aircraft to fly. So we'll descend down to 230 feet. 200 feet. And flight level change. Now we'll slow down to 139 knots. Well, see, look, even the wings are flexing on this aircraft. The detail on this airplane is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. And another snapshot there just to get the airplane in the mountains there. Get a snapshot of the airplane flying very close to the mountains. We'll just descend down to 1,400 feet, just so we're able to clear any close mountains nearby. Now, before we...
Too low terrain.
Too low terrain.
Too low terrain.
Yes, I know.
Too low terrain.
All right, set
to
1,600 feet. 700 feet, I meant. Now, can we get a ILS frequency for this, for the runway? We're landing on runway 3 left, I believe. No, that's TGN. ILS 109.9 is the, so let's see if we can put this in.
500.
So
400.
9.9. Entry not allowed. I can't seem to put the ILS frequency into this invalid entry. Okay, now the FPS is really starting to struggle.
Too low. Terrain.
Looks like the aircraft has managed to navigate its way out of the mountains there. Impressive. Very impressive. Now, there's the runway. We're very close to the runway now.
Land 3.
There we go. I think the aircraft... Yep, there we are.
Landing checklist.
Now we'll look at our landing checklist. Landing. We haven't put that landing gear yet, so landing gear is down. Flaps 25. Auto brake is on.
Flight attendant, please be seated for arrival.
200 feet. Flight level change. We're over speeding. Why the hell is the aircraft over speeding there? And why the hell is the flaps are coming up on me? Yeah, we're doing this approach wrong, aren't we? Yeah, we're too close. We're too close. Go around. Go around. Go around. Go around. Yeah, we can't. No good. No good. Go around. Go around. We climb straight ahead to 4,000 feet, so obviously there's been a bit of a boo-boo made. 4,000 feet. There we go. Get the autopilot to hold.
Autopilot on. Autopilot in command.
We'll go around and we'll try again. Obviously I wasn't sure if the approach there. Couldn't get an ILS frequency input into this radio here. Current line not allowed. How do I get an ILS frequency put into this radio here? There we go. This would be a lot more easier for me to work with. I didn't tell you to descend airplane. Get back up to 4,000 feet until I say it's okay. Alright, I think now would be a good time to descend down to 400 feet now, so. Okay, flaps 1. Flaps 2. Or it's actually a flap 15 now. God, I'm so used to flying the Airbus. We'll also have to rely on VFR flying as well. Actually, we'll just send down to about 2,000 feet. Hold it there.
2,500.
2,500 feet. Very good. And flaps 20. Now, let's turn around. Select heading for 030. Hold. Approach. And select. Select the bank. Increase the bank limiting. Although if we can't do the automatic landing this time, then I'll just take the aircraft in manually. Now we'll slow her right down to 139 knots.
Too low. Terrain.
Alright, we're too low. Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up.
Autopilot on. Land 3.
Autopilot in command.
Approach is on. Flaps 25. Landing gear is down.
Too low. Terrain.
Speed brake is on. Okay, this is way too low. Let's bring the aircraft back up. That's way too low for my liking. Yeah, we're a bit too low. Let's... can't get the autopilot to land the aircraft correctly, then I'll just take it in myself. Because obviously I'm having a bit of trouble trying to get this airplane to land automatically for me. So if that's the case, if this airplane doesn't want to cooperate, then I will just land the aircraft myself. Now, autopilot.
Autopilot on.
Autopilot in command.
Land 3. Land 3.
Land 3. It's on land 3 now, but it's not intercepting the localizer. Why is that? Ah, notice this. I'll just, you know what? Forget it. Just forget it. I'll just take the airplane in myself. So I'm having trouble trying to get this auto land to work on the 787. Then I will just land the aircraft myself. Be a lot easier this day and age.
Landing checklist.
All right, landing checklist. And that's the shutdown checklist. We don't want the shutdown checklist. We want the landing checklist. Done the landing checklist. Speed brake is armed, so we'll take the airplane in ourselves. Now try.
Autopilot on.
Autopilot in command.
Should we try do an automatic landing here now, or? Nah, you know what? I'll just take it in myself. Obviously, I don't know what I'm...
Autopilot on. Land 3.
Autopilot in command.
Just take it in myself.
400.
Obviously, I don't know how to get this auto land to work on the 787. I'll have to look up a few tutorials on how to get the 787 to land by itself. It was easy to do on the 737 and the Airbus, but somehow it's not. Somehow I'm having trouble trying to get the auto land to work on the 787. Ah, well, we're close enough to the runway now. So I'll just take it in myself.
$300. Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Okay, a little bit of a crosswind, so we'll just take that out a bit. We'll try to get a landing done from this view. I want to see how smooth I can make this landing.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
Oh, flare back, flare back.
10.
And oh, excuse me. Very smooth on that landing. Now reverse thrusters. Reverse thrusters off. Speed brakes up. And we can disarm the auto brakes as well. So we've arrived now in
Ladies and gentlemen,
Grand Carnia.
we will be taxiing for the next few minutes, so please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns off the fasten seatbelt sign. At that time, please remember to check around your seating area, in the seat pockets, and overhead bins for all personal belongings that you brought on board. Please take care when opening the overhead bins, as the contents may have shifted during flight.
Now let's pick a gate of our choice. We could go for gate 25. First of all, there's no gates suitable for the 787. Even with the freeware scenery, it's still not suitable for there's just no gates suitable for the 787. Oh, that's a shame. Oh well. Oh well, let's just pick a gate of our choice here. Also, fire up the APU. I suppose we can also turn off the landing lights as well. Oh, we just missed our Shift P just to bring the aircraft back a little bit. There we go, and turn on the parking brake. APU is running, so it'd be safe for us to shut down the engines. And now we can open up the doors. Unfortunately, we can't get ground services working at this airport here. Oh well. Shit happens, I suppose. Shit happens. Close this door here. And we can turn off the seatbelt sign as well. So I thank you now for joining me on this approach into Grand Carnia Airport. I'm sorry for that missed approach there. Unfortunately, I just didn't know what I was doing. I was too busy trying to get the auto landing, the ILS landing, working on the 787. But somehow I just I had trouble working it, which caused me to have to make that go around there. But other than that, though, as the old saying goes, any landing you can walk away from is a good landing. So I thank you now for I thank you for joining me, and until next time, guys. Until my next video, I will see you guys then. Hey everyone, it's Bearson Videos once again, and just want to show you real quickly about the about what I mean by the flap lever in FSX. Usually when I'm flying PMDG or Aerosoft aircraft, the flap lever will be set up to here, and I could just set the flaps normally like this. But in this case, the Quality Wings 787, I have to have the flap lever like this, and I have to set the flaps upwards instead of doing it the traditional way by setting it downwards. So it was a bit confusing at first, but I suppose it would be something to adapt to. So that way I don't have to go through fiddling the settings. So when I go back to flying PMDG or Aerosoft aircraft, I could just set the flaps up like this instead, and having it set downwards instead of doing it the way I would usually have it set in the Quality Wing 787, have it set upwards like this. Although it doesn't seem to be too much of an issue, like I said, but it'd be just something that would be a bit annoying, as some people might put it. But anyway, that's all I just wanted to show you guys. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.